Guys, what is going on? Mike Cesaroni here, back with another video. And in this video, we're just going to kind of hang out, take a look at the market, see where we are, see where we could go, and maybe take a look at a couple of news articles as well. I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit and take a look at livecoinwatch.com. It is a very reputable. Do I have my things off? Well, let me check really quick. Yeah, I was just making sure I have my notifications off. I really like this site because it kind of gives you more of an in-depth look at the projects that are going on within the crypto community, and it gives you it lets you take a look at a lot of other coins that are not listed on coinmarketcap.com, that have that low market cap and situations where you can maybe get in at a lower price and wait for it to drop on the main exchange. That's pretty much as close as I'll ever get to investing into an ICO, is finding one of these projects that's listed on a not so big exchange that has a low market cap, and you can take advantage of buying a project that is a quarter of a penny and hopefully one day get listed onto a exchange like Binance or KuCoin or something like that. Just taking a quick look. Sorry, I'm getting some messages coming. Just taking a quick look at the volume and the, let's take a look at the 1 hour gainers. And wow, we are not seeing much at all. Here we go. So like HTML coin, this is a project that I've heard of a long time ago that somebody had brought up to me within one of the communities, and had told me that this could be a game-changing coin. Obviously, it's not doing anything at all. I mean, last time I looked at this coin, it was sitting at almost a cent, and it's up 49.67% today, which means really nothing compared to the price that it was sitting at before. But as you can see, the market cap is very, very low, and you can get these kind of projects on these exchanges that hold these smaller cap coins that one day may be getting listed on Binance, like B token, for example. B token right now is sitting at 7 cents, and we can it's basically the same thing as CoinMarketCap. You can take a look at click on the coin, and it tells you right here the markets that it's in. You can get it in IDEX, Fork Delta, and CCX. And it tells you a little bit about the project. It gives you the social media aspect on it. It gives you, gives you a lot of news on the coin itself. So if you take, for an example, we go look at Tron, right? And this is a coin that I obviously wanted to talk about because Tron did launch their virtual machine for their mainnet today. Now, that had no impact on the price, which is very interesting to me because, that kind of gives a little bit of proof that when the main net is launched, is the hype over for Tron? Is that hype to ride that Tron main net launch to a 1,000 to 1,200 Satoshi over? It could be fizzing out a little bit due to the market being in the position that it's in right now. I mean, as you can see, they did launch a pretty big deal today. It's, launching their virtual machine for their main net, it's kind of a big deal, and having no price manipulation coming out from this news is kind of concerning to me if you are long-term holding and waiting for the mainnet launch. Just going back to this here, if we go down, obviously it shows you all the exchanges that it's on, but it also gives you a lot of news that's coming out about the project as well. So Tron Foundation, Justin Sons tweeted strategic conference at the Tron mainnet, launch on blah blah, on the 31st, the new era of blockchain is about to begin. So it's a very, very cool site. It gives you some input on a lot of coins that are not really that reputable yet, that you may be able to get in at these lower prices without having to invest into an ICO and possibly lose your entire investment because the ICO ends up being a scam. So always do your due diligence on that. I want to take a look at ZRX as well. ZRX is kind of forming a bull flag right now, and we're at the bottom of this resistance here. So we're getting a squeeze within the 15 and the 55 EMA. So what that tells me is it's kind of going to go in either direction here. It could either dump to the downside, or it could see an influx in volume and kind of reach up to the support area. So what I ended up doing was placing a small position here, and I'm going to ladder myself into a position to see if I can maybe get up to the support. Sell half my position once we get up to this resistance here, and if it ends up breaking, then I'll enter. I'll start laddering my way into a further position. Overall, this news here, and ZRX being one of those partners, so it could be an invalid bull flag, but it's still something that is on my radar and something that I'm watching. So we'll take a look at BTC, where we're looking at as it currently stands. I am seeing a lot of lagging, and if that is the case, then we got to do something about that. Yeah, the quality is just awful. I'm trying to figure out how we can get that better. So BTC, guys, it's kind of still doing the same exact pattern that I had expected it to do. Go back and watch my streams from a couple days ago when we did end up bottoming out right here at the 7,400 area, and I did expect it to do some sideways movement, form a little bear flag before another leg down. Now, as you can notice, we're getting less and less volume coming into the market, and especially being a weekend and Memorial Weekend at that here in the States, it's kind of concerning to me that we're seeing less and less volume coming into the market, and it's just kind of confirming to me that we are going to see a further drop down to maybe the $7,000 to $7,200 area. If we can continue to move sideways a bit, I believe there might be some place for some altcoins in the next day or two. But I think for the next day, for the next week, it's very important on where the price of BTC is going to end up heading in the long run. I know McAfee came out the other day and had said that he was predicting a $15,000 Bitcoin by the end of next month. I have my thoughts about McAfee. I did see the documentary on Netflix, and as far as I'm concerned, he killed the guy. You know what I mean? The guy is sure, he's reputable in the blockchain community, but he's a very sketchy individual in my opinion. Now, you may have your own opinion about him, but that is just mine. If you have not watched it, it is called The Gringo on Netflix. And it is very interesting to see his rise to the top and how he ended up doing it and how he got there. So, yeah, very interesting. We see the Ethereum right now. Again, guys, everything just reset about an hour and a half ago, so do not let any of this green fool you. We are seeing an apparent bear flag forming with Ethereum, and again, very similar pattern to BTC. We are underneath every single EMA that I have listed here, the 200, the 15, and the 55, and it is going to be a struggle to get above these EMAs. We do have a lot of work to do to battle and get out of this bear situation that we're in. So as far as I'm concerned, we're going to probably continue seeing this sideways momentum going, and most likely see another leg down. So that's about it. I see I'm losing guys here. I'm wondering if my stream is not, if I'm getting laggy in my stream. Paps, everything looking good in the stream? Limber Uncle, hey, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for joining. It's very much appreciated. If you have any questions at all, please just throw them out, and I would be happy to answer them. So we're looking at Loom right now, and Loom is kind of forming a nice little bull flag, and this could be a potential play for you guys. Now, this is at the 4-hour chart. As you can see, we are forming a nice pattern that is, in my opinion, fairly bullish. Now, if we can get a close above this resistance here, all right, good. If we can get a close above this resistance, now as you can see, Loom right now is getting a lot of volume coming in as we speak. RSI is at 46, which is pretty healthy. It's right in the middle of the RSI in the 4-hour. And I expect to actually see a little bit of volume come in from Loom. So if you are a scalper, or if you are looking for a quick swing position, this might not be a bad entry. But what I would look for is a close above this resistance area here in order to put in a position. Now, as you can see, we are climbing very quickly out of this resistance zone, but it's important to see a close above. Audio and video were out of sync for a minute, but it looks good now. Cool. Yeah, I have noticed that when we do go live, guys, right at first it's a little sketchy, and then it kind of, you know, gains its bearings and gets under control. So yeah, Loom, guys, looks like a pretty decent play right now. But again, Bitcoin is so shaky, and it's at the point right now where we're really not sure on where it's going to end up going. And if Bitcoin does all of a sudden see a $200 to $300 drop, then it's going to invalidate a lot of these patterns that are forming with the other altcoins. Let's take a look at PIVX, and we're going to take a look at just the green charts. You know, a lot of these patterns here are almost forming this, you know, very similar patterns. A lot of Binance coins are doing the same thing. You know, this is looking pretty healthy. We are getting a close above the 15 EMA. Yeah, definitely, Brandon. But, you know, this is what this is caused by is we're seeing a double bottom right here on the 4-hour chart. So that is an obvious rejection, and we saw a lot of volume come in from that because the traditional trader sees that double bottom. We were completely maxed out and, you know, completely just right at the bottom of this RSI, which is a huge buy signal. So obviously traders took advantage of that, and you know, we're starting to see a little bit of volume come in from PIVX. Let's take a look at ELF. And guys, like I said, a lot of these charts are probably going to look very similar because the market has been reacting, you know, to the way Bitcoin has been acting. Nothing crazy I'm seeing about ELF, AMB. Yeah, as you can see, guys, we're seeing a lot of the same patterns from a lot of these coins. Just a lot of downward momentum, and you know, just trying to really dig in and try to get out of these this bearish situations that we're in. You know, a lot of resistance to get through in order to kind of make a run here. If you guys have any other coins that you guys want me to take a look at, please throw them down in the chat box. Thank you, everybody that is in here right now. I truly appreciate it. I do continue to see this community grow day by day, and it is absolutely amazing. We went from I don't know, 9 subscribers you know, 2 days ago to 20 now. This is a very new channel. We just started about a week ago, so you know, we're really looking to build this community and add some value. Limber Uncle asks, can you check Dash and why it did not break out? So let's take a look at Dash. I believe I have it down here somewhere. And it's funny that you say that. I think you were looking at the 30-minute chart earlier for Dash, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, Limber, you were probably looking at the 30-minute bull flag. Now, bull flags can go either way. You know, Dash saw this growth here, and we're not sure if this was artificial growth or if this was growth due to some kind of news that had just come out. And that's why I'm very skeptical on ZRX. ZRX could have been a breakout situation and still can be, but it can also break out to the downside. Now, as you can see here with Dash, right, we had a lot of support that was supporting it, you know, with these EMAs, but everything was on the downturn. We had RSI curling down to the bottom. We had all these EMAs running to the bottom, and at the time, you know, Dash is just one of those coins that's going to follow the momentum of BTC. You know, this was 30 minutes, so 3 an hour, 4. So yeah, about 4 hours ago, we did see that big drop from BTC. Not too big, but it did go from 75, I believe, to 73. So when we see prices, when we see BTC drop like that, other coins are going to follow with it, and no matter what trend they're in and no matter what pattern they're trading in, it's going to completely invalidate that pattern. Now let's take a look at BTC, and we will take a look at the same area. So right around here is when we saw this drop, right? This is when we were at 7,500 and we saw this big drop down to pretty much 73. So we saw a $200 drop in BTC right around the same time Dash was forming that bull flag. And had we been in a healthy market, I would have completely, and it's funny that you say that, Limber, because somebody else within the community earlier, we were talking about Dash as that bull flag was forming, and we were saying the same thing. Could this be a breakout situation for Dash? And we were kind of skeptical on it because you know, of the way that BTC was trading. So Brandon says CMT is still looking strong. Now CMT, guys, is something that I believe we still have potential on buying in, right? So obviously we saw a huge let's see, I want to take a look at the 4-hour. Now every single time that it's pulled down to the EMA, that's due to BTC dropping. Now next time BTC does see a drop and maybe does go down to the $72 or $7,500 area, this CMT will most likely end up consolidating or dropping down to one of these EMAs, either the 15 or the 55, which would be a buy in my opinion, and that way you could actually put a position in and continue the ride up. CyberMiles is what they're trying to do as a company and as a project is very strong, and I believe that they're going to gain some traction within the next year to become a very successful project. Brandon says DGD still no recovery. Let's take a look at DGD. What do you guys think about the Tron mainnet launch? Are you guys still holding? Are you guys even in a position? Let me hear your thoughts on that. So yeah, I mean, still, listen, bear flag. That's all I can really say. Most of these coins are following the same pattern, and unless BTC can get enough volume coming into the market to see a little bit of reversal, we're just going to continue the sideways movement before we see another leg down. And really, there's nothing else to it, you know, and it's sad to say. But ZRX is something that I do have my eye on at the moment. Like I said, we are getting a squeeze in between the 15 and the 55 EMA on the 4-hour chart. So this kind of could pop in either direction here. Do you recommend Pro or just Pro for TradingView? Limber asks. It depends on how many indicators you want. I use just the Pro version, and that works very well for me because I'm my trading style is very simple. I use just basic trend lines, resistances, and EMAs. Now, if you I've got Pro, and Mike does too, yeah. Limber says the volume would be up there at sub 7K. Yeah. So, yeah, I think what you're saying is some buy orders will be placed down at the 7K area to probably see a nice reversal. And that is something that I definitely agree with. If, you know, 7,000 is kind of like a psychological number that a lot of people have in mind. So I can probably guarantee you that there is a lot of buy orders, limit orders set at that $7,000 mark. And if it does see a drop down to that 7,000, I do expect to see a huge bounce, almost like a trampoline effect, up to the you know, 7,500 area, hopefully trading back within this pattern that we're in now, and if not, continue on to some further highs. But, you know, overall, right now, I'm kind of neutral, short-term bearish. But if we can hit that $7,000 mark and get enough volume that comes in the market to see a reversal, then I will move my I will move to a long position for sure. So that's about it with BTC. I'm getting somebody on my Instagram. I don't know why they just don't come in here. XRP. Listen, yeah, XRP had that cool news about Ashton Kutcher, you know, giving $4 million to the Ellen DeGeneres show. Awesome. You know, I think Ellen has always backed cryptocurrency, and that is definitely cool. And I like seeing that, you know, that network television is bringing that kind of stuff up. So, EOS, let's take a look at EOS. EOS right now, again, forming another bull flag pattern. Can you take advantage of it? I would maybe take a look at a smaller time frame to, yeah, I mean, listen, there's opportunity here, right? We're sitting on top of this 200 EMA. We have the 15 EMA that's about to cross over the 200 EMA. We already had a crossover right in this area here of the 15 over the 55. And, you know, we do have a lot of support that we're sitting on with EOS. So EOS right now, in my opinion, may be a decent opportunity to maybe ladder yourself into a position. Limber, open up a TV trial, wait until you're within the last few days of it, select which one of the 3 TradingView plans you want, and they'll give you a 50% discount. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Limber. And if you want to, if you have any questions, you know, just throw it down in the comment box after this video, and you can DM me on Twitter, and I will walk you right through it, brother. I will get you set up with an account that you probably are comfortable with. I would just need to know a little bit about how your trading style is. Yeah, they do give a 50% discount. But if you're using minimal, indicators, then all you need is the Pro. If you're one of those traders who likes to use Ichimoku and, you know, have you know, a lot of indicators to work with, then I think that the extended version would probably be more suited for you. But if you are more of just a basic trendline resistance and you know, EMA trader, then I think Pro would probably fit you perfectly. What else, guys? Anything else you want me to take a look at? We got ICX, one of my holders for the year, just taking a dump, looking like a hoe. Polymath, one of my long-term holds, man. Polymath, still surviving, still kind of not taking those huge dumps. Unfortunately, is forming a bear flag, which I do not like to see. But again, guys, most coins are doing the same pattern. And, you know, in order to see some movement, we got to get a reversal. Yeah, just EMAs, trendlines, Bollinger, RSI, and the MACD. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Not necessarily all the time. Yeah, you could probably just get away with doing the Pro. I would say, you know what I would do is I would start with the Pro, and if you find that, you know, you need more, then you can always upgrade. But you know, with the Pro, I mean, there's tons of stuff you can do with the Pro, especially via alerts. I mean, as you can see, I have 783 alerts. I mean, idea streams and 91 notification alerts. So, you know, it does not lack, you know, tools for sure on the Pro. Hey, Mike, thanks for all the help. You really help with my trading. Keep it up. Thank you, Jeff, man. That means so much, man. It really does. And you know, that's what this community is all about, and that's what we're really trying to do here. And I appreciate you taking the time and noticing that as well. If there's anything that you want me to take a look at, just throw it out there, and I will definitely take a look. But guys, let's just keep in mind that, you know, we're not out of the woods yet. You know, we still have a ways to go in order to kind of get a reversal in the market. That $7,000 area is a very psychological number that a lot of people are waiting for. And, you know, it's something that we need to keep in mind that, you know, we're not seeing a lot of volume come in from BTC. You know, it's just not the case. So, you know, right here is just something that I just don't like seeing. I don't like seeing these, you know, here would have been a great sign of a reversal if we would have kept going on with this uptrend, but we ended up just moving right back down, and now we're just seeing smaller and smaller, you know, volume in candles that probably is going to eventually lead to another leg down. And again, guys, my support right below is at the 71.58 area. Can you explain the alerts? I see. Can I only have 10? No, you should be able to have as many as you can if you have the Pro version. So what you do is when you want to set an alert, as you can see my cursor right now, right, we have this little plus sign that's right on the right side. When you click on that plus sign, it's going to ask you to add an alert at the Satoshi value or dollar value that you want So say for an example, let's go over to ZRX, because actually I do already have an alert set on ZRX because it is something that I am trading right now. So what I did, right, is I'm trading ZRX at the moment, and I'm noticing this very, very apparent bull flag, right? There's no doubt about that that's a bull flag. Now, two things could happen. It could break to the downside, or it could break to the upside. So what I ended up doing is I set an alert right here. So if I knew that it did break above this resistance, then that is alert for me that we are at a level that you want to set the alert for. You hit add alert, and automatically what that's going to do is going to put you in an alert section right over here on the right hand side in your alerts. And as soon as, while you're live trading on TradingView, you will get a ticker and a notification saying that the price has hit your alert. So it is a very great tool to use, especially if you are swing trading or looking for breakout patterns. You know, as soon as this alert goes off, that's going to indicate me that I'm probably going to end up laddering myself out of this position because we did not hold this this bull flag. And you know, that does happen, guys. You know, you're not always going to win. You're not always going to win every single trade. The thing that you need to realize and the thing that you need to do is you need to minimize the risk. You need to either set your stop losses tight, you need to minimize your risk by setting alerts, and you really need to get a hold on the percentages you really want to make on each trade that you enter, right? We're not always going to hit home runs, and that's just not the case. And I feel like a lot of people come into the market and they say, you know, a lot of talk out on the streets, and people who are not invested in the market say, hey, this is a get rich quick thing. And maybe you could have said that in 2017 because it did happen to a lot of people, but it's not the case anymore. That's 2017. This is a totally different year and a different style of trading that we have to start getting used to. We have to start getting used to how, you know, and relating to how the market is reacting right now. So that's just an easy way to set your alerts. I'm going to see if I can actually, yeah. And guys, also, I want to talk a little bit about paper trading. If you guys are new into trading and you want to get a little bit of experience, it's really useful, no problem, takes off and up. You are treating me. I apologize. I mean, you asked me a question and I'm answering it. So, paper trading is something that is absolutely incredible. I mean, it's something that for a new trader, I strongly suggest to get into because it kind of gives you the dollar valuation of what you're making instead of the BTC value that you're making. And, you know, I always suggest to new traders that they go over and use paper trading before they actually start an account to kind of get used to how the market is rolling. Any other things or coins that you guys want me to check out? And yeah, Limber, I don't know if you're new. Like I said, I'm not sure. I haven't seen you in here. No, I appreciate it. No problem, man. No problem at all. BTC still stuck in that 74.37, and I just think it's just going to continue moving sideways. But if you guys have anything else that you want to talk about, I know Nico wanted to talk about the you know, the virtual machine that was launched with TRX and the mainnet and kind of having no effect on the price. And, you know, is that concerning overall if you are bag holding? You know, I wouldn't be too worried. I do think that we are going to see a little bit more of a pump from TRX before the mainnet launch is occurring, but I would definitely be cautious. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap, and we will take a look at some of the top gainers for today, some of the top losers, and we will end it on that. So we are seeing a sea of red, right? I mean, obviously the market is just, we've been seeing this for the last couple of days, and we are always going to see that in consolidation phases. Zencash, Paps, what was that coin that, or Nico, what was that coin that you had mentioned that was just released onto Binance? Let me see here. Oh, Skycoin. ZRX is a bull pennant, right? Right, not flag. Yeah. Yeah, was I saying flag? Yeah, we got a pennant. That's a bull pennant. I mean, bull flag, bull pennant. Bull flags have the more inverse. So yeah, you can definitely call that a bull pennant. But in this situation here, is kind of it's definitely looking, you know, like something is going to happen within the next. What do we got left on this? We have 2 hours left in this 4-hour candle. So as we're squeezing in between these two EMAs, it's going to probably either pop to one side or the other. And if BTC just continues to drop, it's probably going to end up leaking onto the bottom. But you know, again, ZRX is one of those coins who kind of just does its own movement. Nicholas, my bad, I don't know about TRX VR. I just know it was released today. Yeah, I don't either. I didn't really look into it, and you know, I did not even know that it was released today. And you know, that could be a reason why it just didn't have a impact on the price. So some of the top gainers today, we got Zencash, CyberMiles, yeah, CMT just absolutely doing great. Nebulous, Electronium. Electronium, I heard, is getting listed to a major exchange. Again, that's a rumor. CDT up pretty high. Oh, that's Syndicate, right? CDT has been doing its thing for sure. Oh, CoinDash. Yeah, definitely seeing a reversal. RSI was completely bottomed out. That would have definitely been, and you can see this wick actually that formed all the way down here. So somebody just somebody scrapped that right up and was able to kind of turn that market around a little bit. All right, what are we going on? About half hour, guys. Thank you very, very much for coming in. I very much appreciate it. If you guys want to get a hold of me, please go look at take a look at link. All right, we'll take a look at link and then we'll get going here. Link Bitcoin. Again, Brandon still looking bearish. I mean, it is climbing out of this oversold region on the RSI, but I believe that every time we do see oversold on RSI, we might see a little stab at you know, a little bit of a reversal. But again, everything's going to kind of coincide on what BTC does. If BTC can get up to like the 7,600 area within the next 2 days, then a lot of these altcoins are probably going to continue with these patterns here. But from what I'm seeing, there's just not enough volume coming in from BTC. There's just not enough. Take care, Limber. Thank you for joining, man. I very much appreciate it. Don't think that I took that any wrong way. Like I said, I was just, you asked about the alerts, so I was just showing you how they worked. If you have any other questions, go on to my Twitter. Please feel free to DM me and you know, jump on our Discord and come in and chat, man. We'd love to have you. And any other questions that you guys have, please put them down in the comment box. Again, guys, this is one of our most successful live streams that we've done since we started last week. I truly thank each and every one of you guys. It means a lot, and we will be back either in the morning tomorrow with another live stream or sometime midday. But make sure you guys subscribe, turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and keep trading and be safe. Thank you guys so much.